Hey, folks, this is Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast hip hop, and we are about to kick it with my man, Dr. Dre, from the East Coast on Legendary Connect, folks. I see my girl Bernadette is in the dugout, about to do her thing. Dre, what's happening with your doc?
Brother, it's all happening right here, right now. A lot of news since last we spoke.
Man,
and you were just hitting me up with, we got R. Kelly got a dirty 30.
Dirty 30.
Nipsey Hussle's a dirty 30.
Dirty 30. Damn.
A dirty 30. He got a 30 there because he was dirty.
Yes, sir.
That ain't a clean 30. That's a dirty 30.
It's a long ass time. I'm gonna give it that what it is. That's a long ass time. I'll be shit. I don't want to talk about it.
I didn't realize R. Kelly was 55.
Yeah. R. Kelly, old motherfucker. Yeah, he ain't no young chicken. That's probably why they got his ass though.
So he got a dirty 30 with two more at bats.
Yes, sir. So
they basically gonna say if they add him two more dirty 30s, he can die and come back. He gotta go straight to penitentiary.
He'll probably get him. He probably get him consecutively, but you're right though. Yep. Let me see what Bernadette looking like today. Bernadette, look at you. I can't hear a word.
Can you hear me?
There you go. There you go.
Can you hear me?
There you are.
Yeah. We're going to get you a better camera, though, because you're a little hazy. There you go. You did something. You was clear as a bell. There you go. You're looking better. Looking better.
Okay.
Huh?
Trying something new. I'm trying something new with the tech.
Oh, shit. Mississippi ain't got no tech. So what?
I said something new with the you didn't notice. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I'm talking about the camera first. I'm getting on the hair next. Okay. I see you got a new. She got a new dude looking like that girl.
Oh. She got the Marlo Thomas.
Yeah, she got the
Marlo.
She got the Marlo Thomas, looking like that girl. All right.
Scared of her.
Clay free feet today. All right, folks. All right, folks. We are live with Lonzo, Dr. Dre, and Miss Bernadette. Miss B, the Divine Connector. What's up with you girl out there in Mississippi?
Oh my goodness, it's still hot out here. I want to answer these silly questions that people ask about R. Kelly. Do you still listen to him? I'm gonna say this because I found some people sharing saying that hey, did you know Luther Vandross was most of his hits were covers and stuff? Here's my take on it. R. Kelly is forgettable. Luther Vandross is not. So I don't have to listen to R. Kelly and support his music because he's not Luther Vandross. So my answer to that question is R. Kelly is forgettable. Luther Vandross is forever. I don't have those questions where people try to measure your moral by the music. My morals and my loyalty is not measured by music I listen to.
All right,
go ahead.
Check this out. I didn't hire R. Kelly to be a babysitter. In my life, he was a musician. There's a lot of fucked up cats out there that's made big hit records. Elvis Presley married Priscilla when she was 14. Okay, they got a couple of guys that married their first cousins. They got a bunch of white boys and did a whole lot of stuff. Jerry Lee Lewis married his first cousin. They did a whole bunch of stuff that was shady as hell, and you ain't pulled nobody off of nothing. And this is the one thing I got to say. Wait, hold on. Let me finish this right here. What I see and what I find irritating to me is that the other side forgives everything. Other side forgives everything. Elvis can do what he want to do. Jerry Lee Lewis can do what he wanted to. I'm not condoning what R. Kelly did by no means. I'm not because it was one of my daughters. I might be sitting in the cell next to his ass, but we loved him as an artist. We didn't love him as a babysitter. We didn't hire him as a teacher. He was an artist. His music, yes, it's a part of him, but I hate to say this, and as a DJ, I'm going to say it anyway. The boy made some great music. And whether the music, his music,
I got you. That's well said. Yeah.
His music, he made some great music. He made a lot of great songs. He made a lot of party songs. And be honest with you, we ain't had much of a party vibe since the boy been in the penitentiary. I don't give a damn what you say. We ain't had nobody to just give us consistent party songs. And I know it ain't all about the party, but he gave us some great cha-chas. He gave us some great slow songs. Yes, he had a couple of songs that was questionable, especially now. Age ain't nothing but a number. Yes, that's very questionable now. And he did a bunch of stuff. We knew he did that shit with Aaliyah. We knew that was all over the place. But we still, that was 20-something years ago, and we still kept dealing with him. Okay. Yes, his music will be in my playlist. I'm not tripping. If it come up, I ain't gonna turn it off. I ain't gonna buy nothing new, but he ain't gonna make nothing new. But I just can't see. I can't see eliminating him because there's a lot of things. D.L. Hewley said it best. Okay, we still say the Pledge of Allegiance, knowing all the fucked up shit America did to us. We still say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Folks, that's right.
Okay,
that's it. Well said. We do.
Do it. Okay, and we still do the same thing. As much stuff as America does to black people will still find reason to say Pledge of Allegiance, and that right there is probably more of a slap in the face to some folks than it is listen to R. Kelly's music. But again, like the Republicans, when they people do something, they stand by them to the end. God got caught with the girl across country, the text messages, everything, and he still kept his seat. Al Franklin slapped a girl in the butt in the 80s and lost his goddamn job. So I don't understand why one group is so super righteous and one group is like, I don't give a damn what they do. They rolling with me. And that
are they super righteous? Or are they hypocritical, Lonzo? Because the same thing does not go for the weird uncle or cousin or the preacher. Okay, hypocritical, really.
Okay,
because the uncle gonna stay for. Nobody's gonna get the uncle. They just gonna say keep him away from the kids, or they keep the weird cousin away from the kids, or the audacity to tell the little girl to go put some clothes on because the weird uncle is coming through. I'm not an either or person. I'm a person that actually pays attention to what people say. I listen, but the thing is, nobody asks these questions about the weird uncle. Can he come to the reunion? No, they don't. So are we? I would say hypocritical people.
Right. We're not consistent. We're not consistent in our judgment or our actions and reactions to certain situations. If it was a uniform situation, and that's one thing I got to respect about the Republicans, right or wrong, they stand lockstep. No, I know he did it, but I don't care. I'm still gonna vote for him. I don't care. We ain't gonna impeach him. I don't care. And right.
Lonzo?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Doc.
I'm gonna jump in. I don't let y'all go. I let y'all do your thing. And Lonzo,
have to with you.
Bernadette. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead. Let the doctor have it.
Okay. First, my mind's telling me no, but my body's telling me yes. That was his whole problem. He couldn't stop himself. Period. And the thing is, people try to divide R. Kelly, the man, versus R. Kelly, the music. It's the same person. And he told on himself. That's who he was. That's who he is. Period. Now to interject on sentencing day, I was abused as a child. We could tell because everybody bought their records. When women were throwing their panties on the stage, when women were running into him backstage, when parents were bringing their young girls to R. Kelly, they knew who he was. It was no secret. It was no, R. Kelly's going to make my daughter rich and famous. He's going to do songs with them. BS. R. Kelly's going to do your daughter and your goddaughter and your niece and your mother. That's what he did. He didn't hide it. So this whole moral outrage by the Republican Party is a joke in itself.
Huh?
It's equivalent to them putting that woman on the stand saying the president of the United States was trying to drive to the Capitol because he let all them people up there with weapons. No. The one thing we got to do, and this is the thing, is we never sit here and say, this is wrong. Period. Don't try to, spin it. We constantly look for spin. And it's not to indemnify him for his behavior. because he was a sick man. Like what did they say? He was beyond the nasty uncle at the barbecue or the nasty aunt at the barbecue. We have people come in all shapes and sizes. The only thing different with R. Kelly, he can make music and make us be entertained. That's the only difference.
Well, you know, like I said before, man, I what you said again, I agree with you. But as far as this music, I still play it. I like, but hey, man, not playing it ain't gonna change nothing. Not it's like being mad. Wait, that's like hating on. That's like hating somebody yeah, they did something and you're gonna hold this grudge forever. How did that change anything? It don't. I mean, if his music makes you feel good, and again, if he didn't commit any of those crimes, it's hard to get mad at somebody who didn't commit a crime against you. Yeah, you know he did some fucked up shit, but
yeah,
it may remind you of it sometimes. But yeah, if you in a good party mood, you ain't gonna trip it on it. You got a shot of Hennessy and he put on "Stepping in the Name of Love." You're gonna get your groove on and you're gonna let it go. You know,
people say, "I believe I can fly" as an anthem. Period. Now you move away. It's like when they took the Cosby Show off the air after Bill Cosby got convicted, but you didn't realize all the other people you were hurting when you pulled the Cosby Show.
Right.
You didn't just hurt Bill Cosby. You hurt everybody else who was a part of that cast who were getting their residuals from that show.
Man, but again, tell you what, let's go bigger than Bill Cosby. If you look at Harvey Weinstein's movieography, okay? Look at Harvey Weinstein. Now, if you start canceling some shit, ain't no TV shows gonna be on the air. A bunch of movies gonna get canceled. If we gonna play like that, ain't nobody talking about taking shit off the air that Harvey Weinstein had anything to do with. And had even a conversation.
Anything that was on Miramax,
okay?
Anything that was with the Weinstein Company.
If anything, all the movies that Harvey Weinstein's been in the game for a long time, he done had a whole lot of girls. Now maybe because they was grown women for the most part. Nobody is as mad. He ain't got caught, doing urinating on nobody. So maybe they wasn't as mad about that. But
Harvey Weinstein was beating off on chicks in his office, putting it on his couch, and called his secretary to come in and clean up the mess.
Well, I'm just saying he didn't pee on nobody.
The famous Hollywood couch.
Okay, so what I'm saying, what I'm saying is, if we're gonna cancel R. Kelly, we gotta start pulling movies off the TV show too. We gotta start pulling movies too. You can't just put his music.
You got a point.
What I'm saying, if you're gonna put, it's no consistency. If you're gonna start pulling shit off the air, off the movie, off the radio, start grabbing Harvey Weinstein, okay, and anybody that was a part of
the Weinstein Company,
all that right there. And let's see how this is gonna work out. Because what we think,
Rob said, "Half on a Baby" will always be on my playlist. Go ahead, Rob.
Okay,
we'll have that baby these days.
We got a bad habit of just, I'm not doing this no more. Man, that's some bullshit. I think that's phony. If you in the car and an R. Kelly song come on, okay, I don't see us having an R. Kelly day. Okay, no. But in fact, the NAACP gave him a Image Award after he peed on the girl. Come on, man. Do we for the NAACP gave him an Image Award after he got he was found not guilty of peeing on the girl? Think about it. Look it up.
Everybody and their mama had that DVD, that videotape, and the thing is, even the girl's family tried to act like that didn't happen because he paid them off. My thing is, if you're going to sue him for money and get him liable in a civil suit, y'all better play his record so he can pay you off.
Right. Now, Tavis Miller says something. They don't even talk about Harvey Weinstein no more.
Because Harvey Weinstein is hanging on by a thread.
Why? What you mean?
He's got 3 or 4 other cases. He got
cases coming too, but what I'm saying is
he's in jail. He's in jail.
He's in jail, but I'm saying
guilty.
But I'm just saying,
and nobody's asking, "Hey, are we gonna cut him out?"
Ain't nobody talking about taking on his movies off his productions off the apps. Ain't none of that going on, man. It's like, oh, he did it. Okay, fine. He in jail. Let's move on. Keep on making this money. Keep on making this money. Because when it comes down to it, I don't give a damn what nobody say. And when it comes down to it, it's all about the money. Okay?
True.
You messing with America. America is a pimp. She want her money. Okay? She can't get no tax money if she ain't getting if she's not getting you ain't making no money. So I can't tax zero. Taxes on zero is zero. Okay? So
that's right.
Meanwhile, here back in on the West Coast, what's his name? Nutty Shitty Cuz, brother that allegedly shot Nipsey Hussle.
Oh, you're talking about Nipsey Hussle?
Yes.
Nipsey Hussle's
he was scheduled to go to court.
Accused, alleged
right.
I don't want to call him just a murderer, but he was. He murdered. He
was scheduled to go to court the other day. He couldn't make it. They beat his ass.
He got lumped up.
They put hands on him in the 3rd degree. Okay.
He got lumped up justice.
Oh, they put hands on him in the 3rd degree, and they said they had to put stitches and some maybe staples in his head. Nobody's seen him, but they said it was a pretty severe beating. It was too bad for him to even go to court. So, and 9 times out of 10, that wasn't no ops that did that. That was some folks that wore the same colors that he wore. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm just saying.
Because there's always consequences to your actions, whether you want to believe them or not.
That's true.
That's why you'll never find the assailants of Tupac Shakur or the assailants of Christopher Wallace, Biggie Smalls. Never, because they said both of them are dead.
I believe that.
And the one thing that doesn't make any sense about all of it, and I mean, we'll joke a little bit with R. Kelly, but no one intervened with R. Kelly, because R. Kelly wasn't just charged by himself. People who helped him, he was charged with a RICO Act. So the people that were with him, the managers that saw this and let this go by, they're going to be doing some time too.
Hey, well, you know what? It is.
I want to know the parents that brought their daughters to R. Kelly so he can make them a star. How come they're not being charged with anything?
Well, you know what?
Aren't they pimping their child?
Hey. And you know what? And this goes
Didn't
back.
Tina's mama do that with Ike and Tina? On the movie, at least she did.
Hold on, she let it go. Hold on, let me say something. And this goes back to what I said for a long time. And follow me before you cut me off, okay? Currently, especially in the music business, there are very few adults in the room. I'm not gonna say no. Very few adults in the room. And what I mean by that is just because you're over 40, over 50, over 55 or 60, don't mean you're an adult, okay? That means you're 60 years old, but you still may be chasing a dream or chasing a dream that you missed a while ago and try to live vicariously through your kid and turn a blind eye to what you know is right or wrong, okay? You know what's wrong, but because there's an opportunity, you turn a blind eye. And this is something I'm seeing more and more in the hip hop world. And you wonder why we having the issues that we having with kids killing kids. I've been on two different panels in the past 48 hours talking about young folks killing young folks, okay? We all know that some of the things we see in videos should not be allowed. But again, if we don't say nothing, the people making the money ain't gonna say nothing. And that's what I firmly believe in my heart. I've seen too many situations where simple things have been shut down because there was somebody understood the long-term effect of what was being put down. And there are a lot of grown folks who know better, but including myself to a certain degree, that know better, but again, don't want to get the ridicule of being canceled or being because sometimes you try to save somebody from drowning, you'll get drowned yourself because they so busy trying to get out of the water and so scared they'll put you and drown your ass. So here is some things that I've seen that has happened, that's going on in hip hop, going on in the music industry, but there's nobody to say anything. And I'm guilty to a certain degree. I speak about some of the things on here on the show, but my platform is not big enough. I think my platform is not big enough to make an impact on that, because I am speaking some things, or we do speak some things that people need to hear, but don't always want to hear. And that has a big impact on these numbers, because we got a loyal crew here that loves what we're talking about, whether it be me and Dre or me and Dusty. And they get it. They get it. But because we're not talking typical bullshit, the numbers, bullshit, they say bullshit grows faster than real shit. And that's what I think we're experiencing. But we know there's a lot of people in position that are making money that turn the blind eye to what they know is wrong in this game, because they are making money. And that's where I think people start worshiping the dollar, and they worship the dollar over people. And when it becomes people over profits, we got a problem. We got a problem.
Well, already. let me jump in here for a second.
Go for it.
First, Bernadette, do we have everybody in the chat room who wants to comment on what we've been talking about?
Let's see. How you gonna send? Rob said, how you gonna send your kids over to R. Kelly's house knowing what's going on? Same thing you asked, and then Rob said, hopefully Ray J's booty goons get him. That was about to. That was what. So I read that out. So how to go. And then Rob said, thank you, Rob. The numbers will get here for Legendary Connect. We'll keep doing what we're doing, and the numbers will get here because we are having great topics that other people will not touch on too. Shout out to Rob.
Thank you, Rob. Here's my thing. This is Dr. Dre, and I'm going to keep it 100%. I hold myself responsible from your MTV Raps perspective on unleashing the hip-hop, the gangster idea on video, and supporting it repeatedly over and over and over and over again. Knowing what the ramifications of what these songs would do to the general public at hand, knew it and did it anyway. Because we knew when, and I can only ask Alonzo, when we first started DJing, it was about dancing, partying, getting dressed up, and having a good time. And even quoting Alonzo from his book, when he first had Dre and Easy come in there, he didn't want Easy in because Easy wasn't dressed properly coming to the club. But eventually, once you start saying, okay, I'll let you in, and that crowd comes in, it's very hard to take them out. And that's what you're experiencing right now. Because it's so easy to perpetuate an unforgiving lifestyle. You have genocide amongst our own artists, amongst our own people, killing ourselves. Because like I said, you don't see two country western singers out there pulling guns on each other and proving who's the toughest country western singer on the planet. You don't have two women. You don't have any two artists from any other genre out there gunning each other down.
Well, check this out.
But in hip hop and rap music, we celebrate gang culture.
Right, we do. Check this out, Dre.
We celebrate it.
When in all my years of running nightclubs for decades, from Eve After Dark all the way to the Hollywood Park Casino, there was a dress code. And the reason why there was a dress code, because the dress code included, most of the time, no tennis shoes. And one thing promoters and club owners learned a long time ago, that it's hard to fight in dress shoes. Especially if you on carpet or a tile floor. You'll slide on your ass in a minute, okay? It is hard as hell to fight in some dress shoes, okay? And the next thing is the dress shoes also set a mental tone that you were, it's like it put you in church, okay? And I remember distinctively around the mid 2000s, people started, Jordans and other shoes, tennis shoes became so popular. club owners had to fold on the no tennis shoe policy to make money. Okay. And shortly after that, this is when a lot of your problems started happening. I mean, as a club owner, I have I knew all the club owners in LA at one point in time. We had a little coalition. And one of my buddies told me the story. He says, "Man, it's been slow. I let some of them bloods in, and man, they came in. They bought the bar up, all the chicken, everything." And he says they had a party. So one blood dude had a party, and came in, bought up all the Hennessy, had a good time, and because it was one of the leaders' party, he controlled his guys. Now his guys, once they realized the club was cool, they started coming back more and more. One night, somebody from the blue team had a party, okay? And the shit, it was okay, but it wasn't no problem between the two because there wasn't a whole lot of numbers on either side. And one day, it was more blue than red. And of course, the fight broke out. They ran them up out of there, okay? Now, what happens is all the folks who were not a part of either side stop coming to the club altogether. Now you're depending on one of these two facets to make your money. Now they flip on you. Oh, Negro, what for us? Ain't nobody here but us. Whoa, 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 whoa. So now your club go from a smooth R&B club with a band to a DJ playing fuck you music. Okay? to survive. To survive.
It's a sausage fest.
Okay, yeah.
It's nothing but dudes. It's nothing but dudes, except a couple of cocktail waitresses who end up quitting after the first couple of parties like that.
And you now you got a gang and hoe show, all right? Because nobody else wants to come to the club, and as soon as somebody gets shot, ain't nobody going to the club. The fastest way to close the club down is have a shooting. Ask me how I know. Okay, ask me how the fuck I know.
Experience is the greatest teacher.
Okay, so I know there's one club in the LA. Been around for 30, 40 years. And at 12 o'clock, at 9 o'clock, you could be there all day long wearing a hat and maybe even tennis shoes. And they'll let you stay in the club if you're already there with tennis shoes on. But you can't come in the door after 9 today without the tennis shoes on, and you damn sure can't come in with a hat. If you're at the bar, you gotta take your hat off. If you got on tennis shoes, they won't ask you to leave, okay? But if you have on a hat, a cap, or a cap for the most part, you got to take your hat off, okay? And if you come to the door with a hat or tennis shoes, you can't come in the club. And that club has been around forever. They never have any problems. And it was explained to me as being the comfort level, okay? When you get too comfortable, it's like, Negro, dude more apt to fight in a pair of sweats than he is a three-piece suit. Simple as that.
True.
Now, people will do it in both, but I'm just saying you're more apt to walk away. Man, this suit cost me $300. I'm not wrestling with this fool. I'm getting him out of here, okay? The cat in a T-shirt, he damn near ready to go to war anyway, and this is what we're dealing with now. We got folks who are so comfortable, they already in their street clothes. Man, people, come cats don't even take a shower before they go to a club. They go straight up as is. No cologne, just funky ass, and with the homies, funky ass.
They just play basketball, and they come to the club, drying off on the way to the club.
Yeah. So yeah, this is and this is what I've seen in one of the clubs I played at. I left it alone because at some point in time, when the white T-shirts come in, everybody in the suits is gonna leave. Simple as that, and then they're not gonna sit in the same room. And I've heard there's been some issues since then. So anyway, folks, I want to thank all my folks in the chat room, American Negro, my man Perry Gibson. I see my girl Bernadette over there. She regulating also. Rob Trimble. Who else? Tavis Miller. I like shouting people out. Gary's Garage. Martin Cozy, the Gemini homie. Easy Steve. I see y'all folks. So yeah, these are some of the things we're experiencing, and here was the logic for a long time. Man, these tennis shoes cost more than them cowboy boots, and they probably did. But perceptions, cowboy boots, I know for a fact, cost a lot more money because at one point in time, it was a cowboy boot jean thing. The old school players like myself, we wore Ilskins. I still got all my Ilskin cowboy boots. Okay. And Cass was just starting to wear Jordans to the club. And I could wear my jeans and cowboy boots, but he couldn't wear his jeans and tennis shoes. And that was always a big
I used to wear,
Go ahead.
I would wear my motorcycle boots that I would wear, but we would have two different types. You'd have your hard motorcycle boots, and then you have the cleaned up ones you wore on your cruiser that when you got off, they were shining because you wasn't trying to mess them up. And you wanted to look fly with them jeans on, with your motorcycle boots. So we wore, we wore those. But we used to, when Willie brought it in, plus was when we used to bring Timberlands in. We started wearing black Tims, beef and broccoli Tims.
Wait, what the fuck is beef and broccoli Tims, man?
Brown and green.
That's some New York shit right there.
Beef and broccoli, yeah, because it was brown and green. Because you wear like brown pants and it'd be green, and you mix them in. Yeah, those are Tims. You wear the black Tim Chuckers. You wouldn't really wear the tan ones because those were more like work Tims.
Right.
But you'd have the black, you'd have blue, you'd have red Tims. I know dudes who I was like, I own a shoe store, but I said, where the hell you get those color Tims? I ain't never seen any color Tims like that.
Now.
Cats was killing it with the Tims because they could wear those Tims and you get in the club that you couldn't get in with if you didn't have sneakers on, but you could do damage with them Tims.
Hell yeah. Now, check this out. Now, verify a question for me. The reason why Tims are so popular back east is because of snow, right?
Right.
No, because it's just what I just told you. Because you get a steel-booted Tim, and you could get that in the club. And if somebody went at you and you kick them with that Tim, you getting it on. Well, Tim's easy to fight in because the grip on the bottom is like sneakers.
Okay, but I'm just
saying. It's
like
wearing tennis shoes, but they're still booted.
The popularity of Tim's overall was based out of necessity, not straight fashion in the beginning, right?
In the beginning, but like you said, when we had because I DJ'd in a lot of clubs that you couldn't wear tennis shoes. Okay. Like you call them, I call them sneakers. And I've run clubs and DJ, and they said, "Now you can't come in there with those sneakers, Dre. You gotta take them off." Right. I said, "I'm DJing. Nobody's gonna see me in the booth." But when you walk down to get a drink, and you walk across that dance floor, you gonna cause me problems.
Right.
So I have to bring my shoes to DJ in. Okay. It's crazy. So we were like, forget that. Then we started wearing Tims, and it couldn't say nothing because they were like shoes.
Now you know what?
For me, let me see.
Go ahead.
Oh, like I said, for a little while I lived in the DMV, and I had to find out quickly. I had like you, Lonzo, like American Negro said, I had to wear the Tims for purposes of not getting my feet wet, getting around in the snow, because our snow days and DC snow days are two totally different snow days. Here you go to wait in DC, you wade in the snow to get your child to school, and usually the baby gotta have Tims, you gotta have Tims to get to the school bus. But well, good lesson, and when we get a chance, I got a question for the dads in the chat and the Legendary Connect dads too. Go ahead, Lonzo.
But I was just thinking that here's something that in LA, and again, I've never been much of a follower. I've always been kind of a leader. Now, one day I remember in July in LA is hot as hell, like every place else. I saw this brother had on some bright yellow Tims and a bright yellow snow jacket with a hood on. It's July, walking down Manchester. I'm going to my club. Now I said, this nigga know damn well it's hot as hell. Like he must just either he just got off the plane from New York, or he just got some yellow money and just had to spend it on something yellow. And because LA and most of the time in LA, here right now in LA, 85% of the people walking around got on either flip-flops or goddamn clogs. Right now, 85% of the people in LA wearing flip-flops or clogs. And I'm talking about year-round. I got a partner of mine, he don't have no shoes other than clogs. Okay? All he wear is clogs. I got on clogs right now. I wear clogs in the studio because they are comfortable. They're ugly as hell, but they are pretty comfortable. But And slides. That's what it is. Either clogs, slides. Yeah, either clogs or slides. And I never
the
understood.
Jesus sandals, Lonzo?
Huh?
The Jesus sandals?
No, not the Jesus sandals.
No, you're talking about the slide.
The jail sandals.
You're talking about slide.
The jail sandals.
Okay.
Okay. I don't. I got a pair of slides I wear in the shower at the gym. I'm not a slide person. Okay. I could do the clogs. I can't do the slides because if something happened, I need to be able to haul ass. I don't need no rocks under my toes. I need to do what I got to do. But I know this.
I got a funny story.
Go for
it.
My
son's grandma, she's from Sacramento, and she was like trying to wear her. She was in Mississippi trying to keep cool. And she said, hold on, y'all, I got to put my thongs on. That's what they call flip-flops out there, thongs. Everybody, the whole room stopped. Like, why you announcing that you got to put your thongs on?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow.
Now, you know, speaking of words having different meanings in different states.
Right.
My girl Lizzo got caught up on some miscellaneous bullshit because she said something about spazzing out. Okay.
Yeah, I heard that too.
In her song, she said something.
I didn't understand her apology because
she and I think so. I think it was in Australia. Somebody in Australia hit her up. Well, in Australia, spazzing out is real negative. Blah 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 blah, and she apologized for it. But then
I didn't understand that.
But you know, sometimes when you international like her, I can understand her making a general apology just to be cool because the word wasn't necessary for her to use. Okay, I just wish people had the same attitude toward the N word about when it comes to us. But anyway, another subject. I don't want to change the subject.
No. Let me.
Hold on. I'm almost done. And it was talking about how different words have different meanings in different parts of the world and the country. Okay, like you say, thong. First thing you're thinking is a G-string up somebody's ass. Okay, that's what you think. Yeah. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Thong or thong bikini. In England, a fag is a cigarette. I never forget when a buddy of mine came from England working on my house, and man, you have a fag? I'm like, nigga, I don't know about no goddamn what the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about, fag? What can I get some fags? I don't know. Okay, and automatically, you know, I gotta go to the store and get a pack of fags. What the fuck? You buy them by the pack? Okay, and it took a minute. We laughed at this like we are right now. We actually laughed at the misunderstanding. But here we are in a time that people are they wear their sleeves. I mean, they wear their feelings on their sleeves so much. You can't make a mistake. I don't know all the words, the meaning of all the words around the world. So it's real hard to hold me responsible for something that means something in America, but it means something over in another country. And I just had to break that.
You don't have the global slang. You don't have a global slang dictionary.
Exactly.
In other words.
Exactly.
Not at all. Yeah, she dropped the mic without a mic. Everybody was like, what? What is she? Everybody watched her, though. We all watched her. We followed to see if she was going to get a thong.
See?
Classic.
You know what that comes down to, Alonzo?
What's that?
Is how we communicate with each other and how words are important. But the only time when I first heard let me light a fag up is when I was on tour in England with Queen Latifah. Moni Love was over there. First time I met her, and we were there with Boogie Down Productions, and that's the first time I heard that because my man Jeff Air Force used to smoke, so he was like, "Where can I get some cigarettes?" Got some cigarettes. Oh, you mean some fags? And we turned and looked at it. What did he say? You don't get a fag? And he goes, "Yeah, fags." You know, and we're like, "Oh, that's what you call them, fags." So we like tripped on that. So we started having fun with it. But even when we came back to New York with that, back then, people from the LGBT community, they called each other fags, and it wasn't disrespectful to each other because that's what they did. But the moment you said it and you were inside their community, it became offensive. And that's where the problem starts. So if you want to be inclusive and be treated equally, You need to be able to be insulted and take it. Not insulted to a point of bullying somebody, but if someone's cracking a joke, you gotta take the joke
Right.
and move right along. Because then you're giving the words that power that isn't. So when you come from the United States and go to England and they start screaming fag, you take offense to that?
Right.
No, those are their words.
Right.
But the thing with Lizzo, I totally disagreed with that because she wasn't saying it in a negative way. She was talking about herself.
Right.
So how do you take offense
Well,
to something she was talking about herself?
Dude, you know what you're making a lot of sense. And this is what social media has allowed people to be abusive with the power of the keyboard. Okay. Everybody has a fucking opinion. Everybody got a fucking podcast. Everybody got a fucking opinion. Everybody with a fucking phone is a damn reporter, and they're the moral police. And you can't make a mistake. You can't hardly misspeak no more, or have what's called a Freudian slip anymore without somebody checking your ass to the third degree. And it's ridiculous, and it's bullshit. It's just bullshit.
Oh, speaking of bullshit, what do y'all think about the mom who had 3 babies and one baby daddy came and brought a Happy Meal to one child, and she took it to the live and told him that he was wrong for bringing one Happy Meal to his only child, that he made, and not the rest of them. And thanks to social media, people are in an uproar about the baby daddy bringing only one Happy Meal to the house. And for me, as a social media, as a nonprofit, I thought, use your head, go to the food pantry if your food stamps ran out. What do y'all think about it? Should he have brought a Happy Meal for each and every child in the house? That's crazy.
Well, check this out. Let me say something right quick. For a brother who's had to deal with situations like that, I would have brought everybody something. Okay,
right?
Because I was financially able to do that. My daughter lived with her stepdad and her 2 stepdaughters, his 2 daughters. So he had 3 girls. One of them was mine. Okay, and when I picked up my daughter on Saturday or Sunday, I picked up his. If me and my daughter went to Disneyland or Knott's Berry Farm or Magic Mountain, I took his. He's like, man, you gotta do that. No. And my theory was, if you can look out for mine for 6 days a week, I can look out for yours for a few hours. Okay, that's just showing. And me and that brother stayed cool till the day he died. Okay, but on the other hand, what if that man don't have the money? Okay, I know a Happy Meal won't cost but a couple of dollars, but maybe he don't have the money, and he got is obviously mama must be short because the daddy got to bring food to the kid in the first place. Why the mama didn't cook for everybody? Okay, I don't know. Maybe the dad was huh?
He said she ran out of food stamps. That part.
Okay, now technically, it's only his responsibility to feed his kids. Okay, technically, morally, he should have fed everybody, but technically, his kid is his responsibility. What other 2 daddies at?
Well, technically, Lonzo,
yes,
he should have looked at the value meal and say, if I can't buy everybody a Happy Meal, I can at least get 2 20 packs of chicken nuggets for everybody for $5. So we don't get the Happy Meal in the toy, but everybody get a nugget.
Okay, that's
commendable. He should have economized, and then he could have bought a small fry and just passed that around.
Gary says he was doing it every day.
That's messed up anyway to bring a Happy Meal every day.
Well, hold on.
He should have economized and got the value meal.
Okay, now
got the 20 nuggets for $5.
Now, again, we're only hearing one side of the story. Of course, the man gonna be the worst person in the world. We don't know what the relationship with the man is with the woman. We don't know what the relationship with the man is with the children. We don't know the relationship with the man with the kid's dad. The kid's dad might don't bring my kids nothing. And we get dads like that, okay? And I don't know. We don't know. Okay, we know how it look. We know how it look. It don't look good, but you got to go behind the scenes, pull the curtain back, and talk to the wizard to see exactly what's really going on back there.
Lonzo, he was supposed to bring that 20-piece and two 20 pieces, put it in the middle of the table, and brought 4 sauces and said, y'all do what you need to do.
What if he was out of his
There you
food?
go.
What if he was out of his money? What if his money was short?
No, because if you could buy a Happy Meal, that you could get that value meal.
A Happy Meal was $3.
Yeah, but it'd be about 4. So if you put some more change on it, you get them 20.
You assuming he got the change now. See, there you go.
But if you're doing it every day, if you were doing it with a food stamp, you know you ain't got 3 or 4 food stamps. You gonna at least have 5. That's what's at $5. You can get all them other chicken nuggets, and you would have been all right.
That's very possible, but on the same token, if he had to do it every day, there's definitely a problem at the house. And again, you don't know what his money looking like. And I'm not going. I'm not. Like I said before, technically, he right. Morally, he wrong. Okay, because kids.
I like the way you put that. Technically and morally.
Morally, he's wrong. You know, technically, he took care of his kid. Morally, he's supposed to feed everybody. But again, we don't know that man's financial situation. Now, if he pull up there in a Benzo, wearing some Gators or some some Jordans, and just, you know, hey, here my kid with attitude, fuck y'all, then there's a whole different thing. But you know,
yeah, there's a different.
If he should have did, if he had the money, go buy a bucket of chicken. Okay, you buy some that goddamn.
Yeah, American Negro about that woman a whole chicken, some rice and vegetables, and that would have lasted her till the EBT check came back through. You got to use your head. People shit alive.
As a grown man, it's expensive to go out and eat these days. Okay, me and my son loves Raising Cane's. We can't go to Raising Cane's without spending $22. Okay, and that's one meal for just me. That's him. Get what he wants.
Wait a minute. Explain to everybody what Raising Cane is.
Raising Cane,
for those who don't know.
Raising Cane is a chicken strip spot here in LA, Vegas, and a few other places around the country. And they got some decent chicken strips. For whatever it is, this shit's like magic. People love this shit, okay? They got some dipping sauce. They got one dipping sauce. They got some fries, and they got a piece of bread. Texas toast as good as a motherfucker, all right? Now, when I first started going to Cane's, it was $7. Now it's like $9 and some change. And my son, he likes the caniac. He a big dude, so he like that a whole bunch of chicken. Okay. Now it usually costs us $23, $24, depending on what he gets. Sometimes I just tell him, bro, we doing the 3-piece a day. That's $21 for 2 of us. All right. Now, sometimes I'm like, you know what? I'm going to Vons and get the habanero chicken. Okay. The 8 pieces of habanero chicken, rolls, and some other shit for $10. And we eating 2 or 3 times a day. Okay.
Tell them what Vons is.
Vons is a grocery store. Vons is a grocery store with a deli in it. Okay. For $9.95, you can go in there and get a half or 8 pieces of chicken, rolls, and your choice of macaroni salad or potato salad. And you can eat 2 or 3 times a day with this. And this shit is good.
That's rare. You know, that's rare to buy something at one time. Usually everything is done. You're done with it in one meal. That's rare.
It's like a mini Thanksgiving dinner, and you can buy fried chicken or you can buy habanero chicken. This shit's off the chain. I tell you something else. It's even better.
Ladies and gentlemen, hold on.
This is Lonzo cooking tip. What?
It's sponsored by Vons.
Okay.
The habanero chicken is off the hook.
Okay. Now, the hookup.
Now back to our show.
The hookup is after it sits for a minute, get some barbecue sauce, put it in the air fryer. Man, that should be fire. So yeah, Albertson's the same thing.
Where you taking Lonzo?
Huh?
When I come there, that's where I'm going.
I'm gonna take you right there. We're gonna get some habanero chicken. I got a deep fryer. I mean, a air fryer in the studio. I got one in the studio. So I had a partner of mine come down. We were shooting a couple of videos, and I pulled that move right there. We got some habanero chicken and came back. He been sprung like a crackhead ever since. Okay. He been sprung like a crackhead ever since. Huh?
Excuse me, Alonzo.
Yes, sir.
Once again, Legendary Connects is sponsored by Vons. with the habanero chicken. If you put it in the air fryer and put some barbecue sauce, ooh, it's greater than crack. Sponsored by Legendary Connects.
Now you know what?
Now back to our show.
Speaking of crack, you know. Speaking of crack, I got to say this. Speaking of crack. This is some crazy shit.
I think we're giving you a lot of time today.
But
you speaking of crack,
wait.
chicken.
I got to say this though, man. Me and my partner was talking yesterday. I got some work around my house I needed done. And we were just saying, man, I sure miss crackheads. Because I miss crackheads.
Stop it. No, you don't.
Crackhead.
Look,
of all the wait. Of all the drug addicts I've ever known, crackheads would work for cheap. Okay, I get so much work done for $20 around this camp. I had a dude, I called him $2 Joe. For $2, I can get all kind of shit done around here. Now you got to watch his ass, make sure he leave. He's gonna steal some shit before he left. But even the shit he stole was worth the work he did. So we were just laughing about how we miss crackheads. Because a meth head ain't worth a damn. A cokehead ain't worth a damn. An alcoholic man, they come and go. But a good old crackhead, man, you can get all kinds of line work done, get some stuff moved. And don't tell him you got $20. Oh, man. And if you give it to him, give him a little bit to get started with, oh. I had one, my boy, he died, man. He said, give me a beer to get me in gear. Okay, that was in line. Give me a beer to get me in gear. And he would work all day long, man, and be sweating. Sometimes I give him $40. And he just called me up looking for the next day. What you got for me today, boss? Hey, man, I'm out of shit. And meth heads clean well too? I didn't know that, Rob. Thank you, man. I don't know no meth heads though. Meth ain't that in the hood.
They get the women too. They get the women too. I had a friend posted about an auntie that had a crackhead uncle, and the uncle would bring home the check to the auntie, and he would leave and go for the weekend and go get his fix and everything, and then he would come back to the house and take care of shop and take care of everything and all that. But she would get his check for him, and she'd give him his little cut so he can go ahead and get his little cut. But he had a woman supporting him, being a crackhead, a hard-working crackhead. He just, that's what he did on the weekends and worked through the week.
I have to stop both of you so I can do a public service announcement.
Here we go.
I'm sorry.
Legendary Connects do not condone the use of crack unless you're coming to work for Lonzo, Bernadette, and Dr. Dre, because we will support your habit as long as you get the job done. This has been a public service announcement from Legendary Connects. Now back to our show.
Man, it's
y'all are too out of control. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you the story, because Alonzo, you can work with this when it came to lifting equipment back in the day. We always had crackheads on duty. They'd watch the van when we were unloading. They'd help us lift the big speakers. They'd help us put it back in there. And at the end of the night, we'd go to the diner. They'd go get some crack. I couldn't explain it. Yo, man, come on inside. Get something to eat. No, man, I'm good. Yeah, Dre, how much you hooking us up with? Yo, man, here's a 20. Yo, man, thanks, man. When's the next party? Probably 2 weeks. We'll be there. Dude, what is wrong with you? Why are you doing this? Crack is whack.
Crack
is whack. Whitney, love you, miss you.
Crack would make people loyal to you, man. I mean, I never sold the shit at first. I'm actually joking, but I did have some people that was actually sprung drug users that would work for, hey man, come looking. And the good ones would come looking for shit to work for. Hey man, I need to make some money, man. I need to make some money. And I knew what he was gonna do with it. And before he got too bad, he come in and knock out all kind of stuff, man. And like I said, I'm not condoning crack, but it was funny. We were thinking about this. Man, I sure need a good crackhead today, okay? And it was hot too. Now I damn sure wasn't doing that shit. But it just
have you ever done this before?
Go for it.
Have you ever done this before with a crackhead? Like, especially in New York City when we were, because the city's so many people concentrated. They would be like, oh, brother, can you hook me up? Can I get a donation? And we said, well, what's the matter? Yo, man, I want to have some money for food. So T Money would run into whatever the local McDonald's, Burger King, you name it. and go and buy the food and go, here, man, here. I want to see you smoke this. Here's some food. Dude took the bag and threw it to the ground. He said, nigga, I ain't want no food. What's wrong with you?
Naturally.
Now, we were like, wait a minute, man. Wait a minute. You're going to sit there, you got a sign that says, we'll work for food. And we said, no, we're going to do one better for you. Here, let's go get you some food. Went and bought you some food. And he took that food, called him money, and nigga threw it to the ground and was pissed off and walked away.
Now, that's one thing I'll do to anybody. If I see somebody saying they're hungry, you got some food coming. You're going to get some food. I'm not going to give you no money.
That's what we would do.
But I damn sure, a lady came out, she was at the store one day with her kids. Mister, could you help me out? What you need, baby? And, my daughter was with me. Daddy, you spent that much money? Hey, man. Hey, babe, you know what? What's that old saying? There before the grace of God go I, okay? Yes. So, sometimes you have to be, you have to show some compassion because shit, it don't take but a few incidents and you could be on the same situation. So somebody could be out there. So yeah, when it comes to food, if somebody said they're hungry and I can tell they're hungry, and sometimes I've even seen people in the store that they was having some mental issues and didn't have enough money. And the guy behind the counter, especially non-black people behind the counter, would give them an attitude and talk to them real bad. No, man, don't do that. How much is it? No. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Go on here, take this and go. And it would be a bunch of bullshit, some sodas and chips or whatever. But they sitting there fumbling, trying to figure out what they're gonna do, and they not, you can tell they have issues. And it's just, I don't know, man. It's just people got to have some compassion for other people because, and like I said before, there before the grace of God go I.
Well,
amen. I love our chat. Dre, our chat is on fire. They clown and we had Rob that asked. He said, "I bet there's some memorable New York crackheads out there." I'm going to Chicago. Thanks to Sharita. Sharita said that it's a grocery store here in Chicago called Marino's where you can have your food cooked right there and pay for it with the EBT, steak, seafood, pizza, that part. And then American Negro setting us on fire before we leave out. He said, "Don't act like Joe Biden and Kamala Harris didn't pass out free crack pipes this year." Damn.
Hey.
See, you gonna get Dre started. Hey, we're gonna get him started.
We got 2.5 minutes.
I don't know. But I want to just comment on one thing is what Lonzo's saying, what we're all trying to say is we got to put more love in our community and help everybody because you don't know who you're helping. I've always felt like this. When I help somebody that's down on luck, not just passing the money, or you buy them food, or you give them a coat, or you give them some shoes, or you give them some socks, anything like that, I always have this feeling, what if that person's Jesus or Allah or Muhammad? What if they're, anyone who needs that kind of help? And they're looking at you, and when you help them, you just do it from the kindness of your heart. And then when things happen good for you, and you say, well, Dad, how come this is happening well for me? Because you're not selfish and you're giving. And they say the best time to give is when you don't have anything to give. And as a little boy would sing on Christmas, he said, all I have is my drum. All I have is my drums. I'm going to play a song for you. That's it. I don't have much. And if we can come together and get the soapbox music ready, Alonzo, and start working together, we could solve a lot of our problems. That's why I tell people, please watch that documentary, We Feed People, with Chef Andres, who goes around feeding people for the World Central Kitchen. Please help feed people. And I want to thank the choir. I want to thank the pulpit. I want to thank the congregation for this sermon. And my name is Reverend Dr. Dre, and I'm out.
All right, folks. You know what, Dre? Speaking of, I'm gonna tell you something that happened to me in real life. I'm at my club, Hollywood Park Casino. We had this real tight dress code. We losing money. It was right in the transition between tennis shoes and jeans and hard shoes. His brother came up to me, man. This is a true story. I'm gonna tell you why I just thought about this story. True story. Brother came up to me one weekend. Hey, man, I like your club, man. Why it ain't cracking? Man, we out of money. We got this dress code. Blah blah blah. Whoop de whoop. Came back a couple of weeks later. He said, "What's your real name?" I said, "My name is Lonzo Williams." Of course, we had some other conversations, a little bit longer, but for time's sake, I'm gonna edit your story. Brother came back 2 weeks later, man. Said, "Let me speak to you for a minute, bro." We go outside on the balcony, man. Dude gives me a cashier's check for $5,000. I swear to God. Wow. And I'm like, dude, I can't pay this back. He said, man, don't worry about it. I'm an investor, a real estate investor. I like seeing brothers be successful. Good luck. He gave me 5 racks, man. 5 racks. That 5 racks got my club up and running. Okay. Now here's the crazy part. I didn't see him again. I haven't seen him again in life. Okay. But he ran across me on Facebook. Okay. He ran across me on Facebook the other day. A couple of years ago, called my number. I didn't remember his name or nothing. Okay. I felt bad as shit. Yeah, man, I'm the guy that gave you the $5,000. Oh shit. Okay. 2 things crossed my mind. Do you want it back now? What? But I ain't looking for it back. He just want to see how I was doing, man. And we stayed in contact. And just the other day, I was telling this story to somebody else about being, you give, being a giver. You give somebody, $1, a hamburger, a soda, potato chips, and then in the bigger world, you're a recipient of $5,000 from a man you never seen before. Who's not a friend, not an investor. Just I want to see you be successful, dude. And he called me Monday, and I had to give him a shout out. His name was Bernard Johnson, man. I got to give him a shout out because that dude, again, Bernard, I got to give him a shout out because I'm like, hey, man, this is one of them situations where I wasn't hungry, but I could have used some help. Okay, and that's just how life goes when you pay it forward. And that's why I do what I do. And that being said, let's wrap this puppy up. Now, you notice something today, folks? We ain't had no problems today. We ain't had
a beautiful thing.
Bernadette.
What did you do?
Huh? I tell you I was gonna change the service. Bernadette ain't fell out. You've been online. I've been online. We ain't jumping up and down. The sound good. The picture look good. And we rocking and rolling, baby. I tell you I was gonna get it straight. All we gotta do is get you on screen now.
Don't mess it up. We're doing well. We're doing well so far.
All right. Let's have
Thank
some fun.
You in the chat. Y'all amazing in the chat. Thank y'all. Y'all are so freaking awesome.
Drizzle, drone. Time for this one to come home.
All right, folks. That being said, it's time to wrap this show up, y'all. Dr. Dre, Lonzo, and Miss Bernadette with the new hairdo. Legendary Connects, y'all. We have a super clean stream today, folks. I had to do some upgrade and change some stuff around, and I'm glad finally.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
When you wrap it up.
Here we go.
Today's show was sponsored by Vons.
Habanero chicken.
The habanero chicken is finger licking. Good.
All right, folks. Bernadette, much love to you. Dre, much love to you, folks. We are out of here. Lonzo and Dre and Bernadette, y'all. Legendary Connects every Thursday, 6 o'clock. Tell a friend, like, subscribe, share, notify, all the good stuff, folks. We are out of here. Peace.